Now, we talked about the red light cameras. In California, traffic is a way of life. Every year, we spend hundreds of hours sitting in traffic. What if you had something to look at while you sat on the 101 parking lot? Well, soon you might. How about we put ads on license plates? The California legislature considering a bill that could lead to the state putting little electronic screens on license plates. When cars are moving, the screens are blank. When they're stopped for more than 4 seconds, voila, here comes the ad. The money would help offset California's $19 billion deficit. And in emergencies, the screens could broadcast Amber Alerts and traffic information. Is this a good idea, or is it the height of insanity? Should people be watching license plates instead of the road, Megan?
No, absolutely not. Again, I don't understand why the legislature cannot reduce their spending and look for creative, different ways to cover up that spending through additional taxes or revenues that come from the taxpayer. I really don't think that the freeways or the city streets need another distraction. I was driving down the 405 the other day and there was a mattress, in the middle of the freeway. Thank God I was able to swerve in time. But you just have to keep your eyes on the road, and I don't think that if I'm staring at the back of someone's license plate and I'm seeing an ad for a local restaurant that might be having a good happy hour or early bird special is really something that I need to be reading. We have billboards on the sides of the roads. They've already taxed those, so they're getting revenue from taxes on billboards. We don't need to cover up the debt by doing something this creative. This actually, I think, quite dangerous to the freeways.
Yeah,
it's going to distract from drivers' attention.
I would agree.
Just one more thing.
Charlotte, I just think it's dangerous. Do you think
I totally disagree. I disagree with both of you. It's not dangerous. Actually, it is a creative idea. This is out-of-the-box thinking, and I actually interviewed the state senator, Curran Price, who's the one who brought forth this motion. I talked to him today, and first of all, it's going to be optional. So the motorist is going to be able to somehow participate in the revenues, because otherwise you're not going to want to participate with the program. Secondly, it's designed to reduce costs for the public, because there's more to just this bill. It also has to do with streamlining your registration and everything go through with DMV so that you don't have to go over there so much, you don't have to go to the trouble, and they can reduce the number of employees. Next, the research, it's going to cost about $200,000 in research, but that cost is going to be paid by the vendor who is going to be looking into possibly manufacturing these particular devices.
It's dangerous, Charlotte.
It's not dangerous. And you know why it's not dangerous is, first of all, when you're moving, it's just going to show like a regular license plate. It's only when you're stopped for 4 seconds or more.
I understand, but if you stop for 4 seconds on the freeway, you could start again. You could be rear-ended. You're not allowed to. You're not allowed to hold a cell phone. You're not allowed to text when you're driving.
Brett, they already have, believe it or not, they already have these digital license plate, these, like those rectangle things that go around your license plate. You can already buy those on Amazon for $30.
But
and what you can do is you can put in different phrases, and you just click with your remote control from your driver's seat, and you can flash those things all day long. That already happens.
But you're not allowed. But you're not allowed to look at the VCR screen when you're driving if it's in the front seat. You can't look at that if you're stopped for 4 seconds. Who in the world would want you to take your attention off the road, or the guy in front of you, or the traffic to the left of you? Why would anybody think this is a good idea that you are stopped for 4 seconds and looking down?
And is anyone surprised that the legislature really wants people to take their eyes off for 4 seconds of the road so they can patch up their deficit? I mean, can't we find something else to do?
I think it's
instead of taking people's attention off the road.
It will be run past law enforcement prior to going into effect, if it is going to pass. So it's going to be looked at. This is just research. That's all we're talking about right now.
Here we go. Yes or no? Charlotte, will it happen? Yes or no? Will it happen? Yes or no?
Probably not. No.
Okay, Megan, you don't want it to happen.
No, it's just silly.
Okay, let's move on. LA is in such financial dire straits that the city can't keep the libraries open. Your tax dollars pay for those libraries. Maybe you ought to pay a little more. City panel wants to put a measure on the November ballot that would ask voters to pay an extra $39 partial tax so the libraries can stay open 6 days a week. It would cost more than $4 million just to put it on the ballot, but supporters say it'll generate $30 million a year for LA libraries. An extra $39 a week. You up for shelling out $40 to keep the libraries open, Charlotte?
Absolutely not. I think that spending $4 million for this election, too, it's like going to Las Vegas and putting everything on red. I mean, we have a crisis right now. We shouldn't be spending $4 million, and I think it's likely to lose. I also think it's unfair. I don't like the idea of taxes anyway, as you know, Fred, but I specifically hate it when it comes to charging the homeowners, the property owners, instead of everybody when everybody uses the library. According to the Library Association, they claim 1/3 of all the people in this country use the library, although I only know one person who actually does. But another idea is to privatize the libraries.
Yep.
I mean, why not? Let people pay a fee if they want to go. If you're low income, then you could be subsidized. Currently, you can join Cal State University's library for $40, and you get other benefits in addition to that. You can join the USC library or the UCLA library. Maybe that should be something that we consider. But the library's open 5 days a week right now, so I don't understand why it needs to be open more. I think it's just a way to try to spend more public money and keep more union employees at work.
Megan, what do you think? $40? Is it worth it to keep the libraries open?
Well, that sounds like such a measly amount, so everyone will be like, sure, I'll give another $40. But when you really peel back the onion, what you find is that this money will raise $30 million. But only $10 million of that will go to the library. The other $20 million, guess where that goes? To health, employee benefits, and pensions. So it's just a ruse. So far, our state and LA City, we have paid additional parcel taxes just as recently as June 8th. We had the largest tax increase last year. We paid an increase of double of our vehicle registration tax. The city of LA just passed the largest sales increase last year. What else did the LA City do? Oh, and guess what? July 1st or 4th, your electricity goes up 5%. So LA, wake up. You need to realize that these taxes, even though they're only $39 a year, amount to you funding the public employee pension benefits and unions. And this has nothing to do with keeping the libraries open because 80% of that money goes to pensions and benefits, 10% of that goes to the library, and you are already overtaxed.
All right.
Yeah, the people that are even in support of this want to make sure that there's oversight, that there's a strategic plan, and that the money isn't going to go into the general fund. So
blah, blah, blah.
Everybody, those are people that are in support. They even feel that that needs to happen before something like this were to pass.
All right, girls, we're out of time. Good job tonight. Always appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon. Well done.
Thanks. Bye.
What if you put a camera in a 70-year-old man's face? We'll show you that in 2 minutes.
If you're so smart, prove it. Contact NBC Filter on Twitter or Facebook, or send an email to thefilter@nbcuni.com. We care what you think, but if we don't like it, we'll filter you.